All right, guys, what the hell is up? I take pop culture and anime and I turned it into EDH decks. That's my whole thing. Check my channel out. Anyway, today we're doing Elvis. Really relevant. He's been in the news all over the place. If you don't get it, it's a joke because he's dead and from the 50s. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be fine as long as I don't do the voice, like the Elvis kind of voice, because it's totally never like ruined anybody and it hasn't like messed anybody's like vocals up for a long time. Anyway, our commander's going to be Aragorn, the Uniter, red, green, white, blue, human noble, 5/5. He's a king, baby. The king of Gondor and the free people. Anyway, nerding aside, he's got a bunch of awesome stuff. When you cast a white spell, create a 1/1 human soldier. When you cast a blue spell, scry 2. Whenever you cast a red spell, he does 3 damage to an opponent. And whenever you cast a green spell, target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn, which is sick. Anyway, Elvis Aaron Presley, by the way. Aaron, did anybody know that? No, I didn't until I Googled it. He's a good guy. If you don't know who Elvis is, he's the king of rock and roll and stuff. And he combined his music with a potent mix of influences across color lines. And by circling that, color lines, Magic the Gathering, color lines. That's right. It's a multicolor value deck, legendary matters, instant sorcery, epic swag deck, but it's Elvis themed. Everything's got a little Elvis vibe going to it. And sometimes you can even say it's got an Elvish vibe going to it because it sounds like Elvis, but it's more fantasy. We got Galadriel, Light of Valinor, Elf Noble with Alliance. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Add 3 mana. Put a +1 counter on each creature you control. Scry 2, then draw a card. You're basically going to get this every single time as long as you cast like a white spell. It's really good. It's free mana. And look at this card art. Absolute smash. Smash. If you disagree, put it in the comments, but there's no way you wouldn't smash. Anyway, we got Arwen, Mortal Queen. 1 green, white, Elf Noble 2/2. Enters the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it. And for 1 mana, remove an indestructible counter from Arwen. Another target creature gains indestructible and a +1 counter and a life counter. And then Arwen gets a life counter and a +1/+1 counter. She's just really good protection, which makes sense. She's going to need protection when I absolutely smash. I just got a soft spot for elves, dude. What can I say? Anyway, we got Notvine Mystic, red, green, white, elf druid. He's just a dude, so he's just cheap mana, but he hits all that right mana, and we like to see it. He's real good. Anyway, we also got a little bit of discography for you, all right? A little bit of history of Elvis songs. Starting in 1956, his hit classic, Blue Dissuade You. That's a little bit of a play there because we got Assimilation Aegeus, 1 white and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature until it leaves the battlefield. And then when it becomes attached to a creature, as long as it's attached, that creature becomes a copy of the creature card exiled with Assimilation Aegeus. So now you got that soldier token, exile something with it, and then put Assimilation Aegeus onto it. Now you have their creature. And it dissuades them from targeting you because you could just hit them with it makes sense. 1956 classic, we got Hound Dog. That's right, dog meat, ever loyal, red, green, white, dog, 3/3. Enters the battlefield, mills 5 cards. And whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, create a junk token, which is good. You get some more draw, basically. And then we got 1957 classic, Chained to the Jailhouse Rocks. That's another little play on words because we got Chained to the Rocks, 1 white mana, enchant mountain you control. When it enters the battlefield, exile a target creature and opponent controls until Chained to the Rocks leave the battlefield. Really swag because you just remove their stuff, which is good for 1 white mana. Really cool. Then we got the 1962 classic, Return to Sender, one of my favorite songs. Cyclonic Rift, 1 and a blue or 6 and a blue to do a bunch of returning to senders, which makes sense and is classic. Then we have the 1967 classic Elvis moment. I'm sure everybody knows about it. So while he was hanging out in Germany, Presley, when he was 24, met a 14-year-old Priscilla with a last name. So to make sure we do Presley some honor and dignity in this deck, we have Young Pyromancer, 1 and a red for a human shaman. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 red elemental creature token. Value, which is good. It's what we want. And, it fits into the lore. We've also got Kellen the Kid, green, white, blue. And, it has a big paragraph here I'm not going to read. but is also value because it's flying and lifelink and also gives you +4/+4. You get a little guy, you get to scry. All these spells are just good by themselves pretty much for 3 mana. And also smash. If you ain't smashing this kid, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't take that out of context. It's like a Western thing. Regardless, it's time for a little demonstration of Viva Las Victory. That's another sick Elvis reference. Anyway, so we got Aragorn the Uniter on the battlefield. Then we cast Annie Joins Up, a 1 red, green, white legendary enchantment, does 5 damage, whatever. We care about if a triggered ability of a legendary creature you control triggers, it triggers an additional time. So now Aragorn does twice the stuff, which is really cool. So we're going to have a little graph here, a little visual to understand what triggers is happening. So from Annie Joins Up, Aragorn is making 1 soldier, doing 3 damage and getting +4/+4. Now we cast Surak, Dragonclaw. He's 2 green, blue, red. I'm not tracking blue with the visual because I don't like blue very much. But now we're doing a total of 9 damage between the 2 spells, and Aragorn gets +12/+12 because it's triggering twice for the green and for the red, which is super dope. Then we have Boros Charm, red and a white. So now we have a total of 3 soldier tokens on the battlefield, and we've done a total of 15 damage to an opponent, which is like half their life total. And of course, our Aragorn is now a 17/17 trample with double strike. It's pretty much over. You cast any little 1 mana green or something like that, and he starts swinging out and just absolutely wrecking face. And is a really cool deck and a powerful commander. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Good luck trying to get rid of any of your Elvis voices if you do it while you're playing. It's Rick and Morty time. You guys get that? That's a good Elvis meme. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you like this video, leave a like. And if you subscribe this video, subscribe. If you have anime or pop culture things you want me to build a deck around and just goof off, leave them in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.